morning, everybody. We're out here at a field here in Stone County. We wanted to just hit on a few things that's going to be coming up. We're going to talk a little bit about a rotational grazing system out here. We're also going to talk about our grazing school that's coming up, so I do want to hit on that. April 27th, 28th, and 29th here in Crane. Give us a call at the Soil and Water Office, 723-8389. We'll get you registered or send you the information. Have a nice breezy day out here, a little chilly actually. And you know, with what we're looking at out here in the field, we've got a lot of good pasture, and I'm going to let you all get in and have a close shot at what we're looking at here in the field. We've got some red clover and orchard grass. This pasture has some alfalfa in it. Yeah, there's a few weeds, but very little weeds. So we're going to kind of let you have a look at what's going on out here in the field. Some fields won't look maybe as good. There's not been cattle out here on this since probably November, so these fields are looking really good. We never want to get too eager to start grazing because it's an advantage to the cow, but it's sure not an advantage to the grass. And our grass needs to get some leaf height on it and to be able to soak up that sunshine and process through photosynthesis. So as you can see, we've got a really good stand of forage out here right now. So we always look to encourage diversity within our plant community and our pastures. I mean, that's obviously a good thing to do and many reasons for doing so. Different nutritional levels throughout the grazing year that the animal can choose from. It also is going to ensure that there's a plant that's growing during different temperatures and different moisture levels. And so it's going to build resilience into our grazing systems. So I'm going to introduce Riley Israel. She's going to come before us here and kind of talk about the plant diversity and what they've been doing to change things up out here and to improve their grazing system. So Riley, you're on.
So we just put this grazing system in last year, but before that point I had managed this place with just portable reels for 2 years and had sectioned it off and had to rotate them back to portable waters, which can be a challenge at times, but it has sure helped this ground. We have came through and drilled about 5 different species into this ground. This is the best the orchard grass has ever been on this place, but we also have alfalfa, 2 different types of clover, and there is fescue on here. On the opposite end of this place, there is Johnson grass, and we manage it by grazing. We didn't plant that here, it was just here before. But we really have a really nice spring and summer growth here that we can graze. This isn't the best place in the fall just because there's not as much fescue. A lot of this is cool season grasses, but we've seen a big advantage because this place doesn't have a lot of shade on it, so we can't be here in the summer anyhow. I mean, we kind of have to work with that.
And Riley, talk about the cattle too that you run out here because of the fact that you don't have a lot of shade and the livestock that you do carry out here in the summer.
Well, like this year I'll have, they're Coriani cross cattle. They're extremely heat tolerant, so they don't need as much shade. But I've also been working with our beef cattle on kind of getting them to where they don't need as much shade either. It's a little bit trickier, you have to check them more, but I have grazed our beef cattle without shade as well in the summer.
Yeah. And you guys have done a lot of sampling of the soil on this farm too, doing some grid sampling as well, correct?
So we did grid sampling. So they take, grid sampling is very intense sampling, but it has definitely helped our pH, and it tells you exactly what you need. And we actually did variable rate fertilization on this, and I think that helped a lot too.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's something that through Soil and Water we do assist in the cost share program for nutrient management, and in that we are basing that off our soil tests, and we just want to encourage, the soil testing. This is a good time to be doing that. And how many head do you guys run out here, and how many paddocks do you have out here?
There's 120 acres here. I think there's 14 paddocks, and what I'll be moving on here in the next week or so is about 54 head of cattle, and there's going to be about 30 calves with them right now. That is actually not enough cattle on this place though right now. Yeah. I mean, for in your spring when you're trying to get across your place quickly to get that stimulation of the grass to grow, I could run 200 head across this place, but you can't do that year round. That would just be in the spring to really get the growth.
Yeah. And this farm's a good farm that you're using within a rotation of other farms that you guys are running cattle on.
Yes, so we're lucky enough that this farm is right in the middle of two other farms, one across the road and one across the road that direction. And so when I graze through this, I can just skip them across the road. We actually have a gate system, so we just block the road and take them straight across. We don't have to haul them. So it works into the advantage of just, I mean, we rotate them from place to place that way.
Well, this place looks good, and you can tell that you put a lot of work into it, you and Billy and all the workers that have done a great job out here. We're going to be highlighting this as one of our farm tours at the Grazing School. Again, we will have about 40 spots available for the Grazing School. You know, attending a school is definitely a requirement for state cost share, and it helps you to rank higher in the federal programs for cost share as well. So if you want to learn more about rotational grazing, give us a call. We're going to be out here talking to Riley and Billy when we're out here during the school. So it's going to be a good time, and we look forward to it. And we're going to have some other conversation here about soil testing with Tim Schnockenberg with MU Extension. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll have more to come in the future. We like to get out and do a little outreach and info ed. So check us out on our YouTube page and subscribe, and like us on Facebook, Stone County Soil and Water Conservation District in Stone County, Missouri, not Arkansas.
Yeah, we just want to thank you guys again for tuning in today, and we look forward to bringing you some more videos very soon. Thank you.